Our story starts probably 4 months ago, when I noticed a sign up on our next door neighbour's property stating 15 units, 3-storey development. Whilst walking back into my dear wife with a strange look on my face, I said, "You won't believe what's on the next door neighbour's property. 15 units, 3-storey. I think that day we were down at the council looking, from memory, at the plan and couldn't believe what we saw. And I think that's what it all stems from, is that we, as a citizen, were totally unaware that this was now our potential future. And then we find that we get literature from the council about that this is this proposed Boronia structure plan. Never heard of it. And now when looking into it, we know now what it means, but we're not the only person that didn't know what it meant. The majority of people appear, as we found out now, talking to them, no one seems to be aware that this is what the council were telling us what was going to happen. They didn't really tell us. They only suggested that we may see an increase in units, not 15. We hope we've seemed to have made a bit of progress insofar as the councillors were telling us early on in the piece that it was the state government's fault. They were telling us what to do, which they certainly did 18 months ago, 2 years ago with the previous government. Now the government, and now we've just received notification, the government have told the council it is their decision. And we're now pressing this point to the councillors that they don't have to backpedal on the original structure plan, which had a 2-storey height ceiling. So we hope that they will see that the general public don't think it's a good idea. So we're hoping that they will restore the original structure plan, which was 2-storey, but then we're also concerned about the high density, the number of people that we will have to share our little house with. And the foothills of the Dandenongs, we just don't see how people can live out here, not have a car, and only live in a unit, 1 or 2 bedroom, with 1 car space. And we just don't see the logic in it at this point in time. Maybe in another 100 years' time, but we just feel we're just being overcrowded, and there surely must be a more appropriate location for development rather than this mass area around Boronia, which the council appear to be proposing. I can't see the logic in this day and age where we're crowded out now, no one can get anywhere, no one can park anywhere, and we're going to try and limit parking. I mean, I heard Mr Mortimer, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention his name, but Mr Mortimer telling us people will all be riding bikes, they won't need a car. When you live in Boronia, I feel you're going to need a car to get from somewhere in Melbourne, anywhere, to your mother's place. You can't rely on public transport. Not here. These are things that I think people in our situation find difficult, that we're cramming all these people in, they're taking up the whole area of the block. No one seems to think that a little garden or a garage is necessary in this day and age, and I can't understand who or what people are going to live in these places. You know, I tend to think of, and I know it's probably silly, but you tend to think of, you know, high-rise tenement type buildings. And I know it might be stupid, but that's how we tend to think, that the uncertain future,